In a worn-down village at the edge of an old forest, there lived a man named Hero. He didn't speak much, didn't smile often, and most days, people passed him by without a second glance. His clothes were simple, his hands rough, his eyes quiet. But behind that quiet was something else, something deeper. Once, long ago, Hero had been different, bright-eyed, ambitious, full of fire. He had dreams that reached past the mountains and a heart that trusted too easily. But life, as it often does, had its own plans. One loss after another, one betrayal after the next. People he loved left. Things he built crumbled. Promises made to him were broken like dry twigs in winter. And somewhere along the way, Hero stopped trying to fix everything. He let go of the fight, not because he gave up, but because he realized not everything is meant to be held together. Now, he lived quietly, tending to a small garden behind his home. He spoke to no one unless spoken to. But those who did talk to him noticed something strange. He didn't say much, but when he did, his words struck like truth carved in stone. It was as if he knew things others didn't. Not from books, not from stories, but from surviving. And one day, a wandering monk came through the village and asked him, "Where did you learn such wisdom?" Hero looked up from his soil-covered hands. "I didn't learn it," he said. "I bled for it." The monk sat with Hero beneath an old willow tree, the branches swaying like silent witnesses. He looked at the man beside him, not young, not old, just weathered. The kind of weathered that doesn't come from time, but from life. "What broke you?" the monk asked gently. Hero didn't answer at first. He simply pressed his palms together and stared at the dirt beneath their feet. Then he spoke. "Not one thing," he said. "Many, one after another, until I forgot who I was trying to be and started noticing who I really was underneath it all." The monk listened without interrupting. Hero continued. "Pain strips you. It takes your pride. It takes your certainty. It takes all the things you thought made you strong." He looked out across the field. "But then, if you survive it, if you stop running from it, it leaves behind something else." The monk raised an eyebrow. "What's left?" "Stillness," Hero said. "Clarity. You stop needing to prove things. You stop chasing what doesn't matter." The monk nodded, slowly. "Most people avoid pain," he said. Hero replied, "I tried, but it caught me anyway. And when it did, it taught me more than comfort ever could." A long silence passed between them, not heavy, just real. The monk smiled slightly. "You speak like someone who's read 1,000 books." Hero shook his head. "No, I just lived through things most people spend their lives trying to avoid." The monk leaned back, resting his palms on the earth. "You don't speak like someone who's bitter," he said, "but you've clearly suffered." Hero nodded. "Bitterness comes when you expect life to be fair. Wisdom comes when you stop expecting and start understanding." The monk raised his eyes. "Understanding what?" Hero looked straight ahead, his voice quiet. "That not everything that breaks you is meant to ruin you. Some things break you, to clear out what was never truly you in the first place." He picked up a small stone from the ground, rubbed it between his fingers. "I used to think I had to stay strong, keep it together, pretend I was okay." He paused, then dropped the stone. "But pain doesn't want you to pretend. It wants you to feel. And once you stop resisting, it shows you everything you were too proud or too scared to see." The monk listened, motionless. "Like what?" he asked. Hero smiled faintly. "Like the truth about your attachments, the lies you told yourself to sleep at night, the people you called home who were never really safe, and the version of you that kept trying to prove worth. instead of just being. The wind moved gently between them, as if agreeing in silence. "And once you see all that?" the monk asked. Hero nodded slowly. "Then you begin again. But this time, not with a mask, with eyes open." If this story speaks to you, consider subscribing and tap the bell so you don't miss what comes next. The monk remained quiet for a while, watching Hero as if reading a book not written in words. Then he asked, "Was there a moment? The one that truly broke you?" Hero's gaze drifted toward the horizon. His jaw tightened, just slightly. "Yes," he said. "There was." He didn't speak for a while after that, but eventually, the words came. Slow, careful, like someone opening a locked box. "It was the day I lost my son." The monk looked down, respectful of the silence that followed. "He was still young, got sick in the middle of winter. I did everything I could, but it wasn't enough." Hero's voice didn't shake, but it didn't need to. The stillness around him carried the weight. "I didn't just lose him that day," he said. "I lost the man I used to be, the one who believed life made sense. That effort was always rewarded, that good things happen to good people." He closed his eyes for a moment. "I disappeared for a while after that, inside myself. The world kept moving, but I stopped." The monk didn't offer comfort. He didn't try to fix the moment. He simply asked, "And what brought you back?" Hero opened his eyes and looked at the monk. "The pain didn't leave," he said. "It just softened. And somewhere in that softness, I found something I'd never known before." "Which was?" "A kind of strength I didn't have before life broke me." He looked at his hands, aged, steady. Not the kind that fights, the kind that accepts, the kind that knows what can't be changed and makes peace with it. Not long after that conversation, word spread through the village that a young boy had run away from home after a bitter argument with his father. The villagers searched through the woods, down the trails, by the rivers, but found nothing. When they told Hero, he didn't panic. He simply asked, "Where was he last seen?" And then, he walked alone toward the cliff at the edge of the forest, the place people go when they want the world to disappear for a while. Sure enough, the boy was there, knees pulled to his chest, eyes red, breathing shallow. Hero didn't speak. He just sat beside him. After a while, the boy asked, "Why does it hurt this much?" Hero looked at the sky. "Because you're still open," he said. "Because you still care." The boy was silent. Hero continued, "There will be a day when you'll want to hide your pain. Lock it away. Pretend it doesn't exist." He turned to the boy. "But if you do that, it doesn't disappear. It hardens, and you start building a life around something broken." The boy looked at him, unsure. "What do I do with it then?" Hero smiled. "You feel it. You let it wash over you. And then, when it teaches you what it came to teach, you let it go." The boy didn't say anything, but he didn't run either. They sat there until the sun dipped low. One broken man, one broken boy. And between them, understanding. If this story speaks to you, consider subscribing and tap the bell so you don't miss what comes next. In the weeks that followed, villagers noticed something different about Hero. He hadn't changed his clothes. His home was still simple, his garden still small. But people came to him more often now, not for advice, but for presence. Because being around him felt like sitting near a fire in winter. He didn't try to warm you with words. He just was warmth. The monk returned to the village one last time before continuing his journey. He found Hero as always, quiet, tending to his garden, speaking only when necessary. Before leaving, the monk asked, "Do you still think of what you lost?" Hero smiled, looking out toward the horizon. "Every day," he said. "But now, I don't carry it as pain. I carry it as depth." The monk nodded. "You've become wise," he said. Hero shook his head. "No," he replied. "I've just stopped running from what hurt me." The monk placed a hand on his shoulder. "Maybe that's the same thing." As the monk disappeared down the road, Hero returned to his garden. The sun was setting, the wind was gentle, and in the silence, he wasn't alone. Because sometimes, the most broken people aren't broken at all. They've simply been opened deeper than most. Do you believe that your deepest pain could one day become your greatest wisdom? If you've ever come back stronger after breaking, share your story in the comments. Someone out there needs to hear it.